Live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 10-4, right? That's what I wanted. Right? I wanted for the Lakers to be 10-4 heading into that Orlando game because this last stretch of games gets pretty tough. Right? This last stretch of games this month, you got a handful of games that you want to kind of take advantage, right? Be ahead of the curve. Coming up, you got what? You got the Magic, who they're missing Paolo Banchero, but they are on like a 6-game win streak. The Nuggets, who they don't have Aaron Gordon. The Suns might not have Kevin Durant. Spurs, and then the Thunder, who don't have Chet. So, you got a couple spots there, a couple opportunities there. I'd like to go at least 3-2 in that final 5 games, right? Have a winning record. But nonetheless, got a lot of work ahead of us. But 10-4 is absolutely beautiful. They really let that guy come to the Lakers, huh? They really let Dalton Knecht fall all the way to the Lakers. The NBA really thought that was a good idea. Hey, let's get LeBron and AD a lights-out shooter. That was the idea. That was the plan. And guess what? He has been lights out. Man, back-to-back career highs. I am infuriated that the Lakers didn't get him to 40 and didn't get him the opportunity to break the rookie record. He'll probably have the opportunity again. Don't get me wrong. How good he has shot, how good he's been, right? He's going to have another game like that. But it's just like you had the opportunity. The guy was lights out. You were up 25. As soon as you took him out, they go on a run, right? Because now they don't have to worry about him anymore, right? The attention that he draws is insane. Like, they are literally gluing guys to him, and he's still lighting them up. The dude has been otherworldly. But come on, Redick. Look, I am a big J.J. Redick guy. I love J.J. Redick. I'm glad he's the Lakers head coach. But come on, man. You gotta get the kid an opportunity. You gotta run some calls, run some sets to get him the basketball, and at least get to 40. If he gets to 40 and you want to take him out or whatever, fine, so be it. But like, I don't know why you took him out when he was so hot, and then he comes back in, and you just like phased him out. Like the only shot that he got after the lights out moment was one that he like kind of forced because he hadn't shot in 10 minutes, right? And it's like, come on, man, like get him the basketball, right? Like I was like, Bron, give the ball to your best basketball player, right? AD, stop shooting, give the ball to your best basketball player. But nonetheless, like I said, I mean, it is unbelievable that this guy is really on the Lakers. That we actually get to hear these performances and, listen to all the talk and everything like that. And it's on the Lakers. It's not on some like random team. Thank you, Memphis, for taking Zach Edey. Because originally, Dalton Knecht was supposed to go in that place. And everyone else took their guy. And the Lakers ended up with Dalton Knecht. And he just is perfect, man. He fits so well. Obviously, look, he still has room and work to do, right? He's not a perfect basketball player, but he's more than enough, right? I mean, the guy's been unbelievable. Guy's been absolute money. He deserves Rookie of the Year. If he can keep maintaining, obviously, I'm not expecting him to average 40, but if he can be in that 12 to 15 range, Lakers have a good record on us. I think that he should definitely be Rookie of the Year. And he's shooting over 40% from three-point range, which you got to imagine, what was he this game? He had to have been like 70%, right? He was what? He was 75%. So, yeah, he's got to be up to like 41, 42% from now. Going into this game, he was at 40.4% from three-point range. Guy was 12 of 16 overall. And what's great is he's still rebounding well, right? Getting steals, no turnovers. Right, 2 fouls, was a plus 18, was our best plus minus once again. The dude is he's ridiculous. And he really is. Like, what do you say about him? He's ridiculous. And I'm so glad that he is a Laker because, he could be on another team and it would be infuriating. But nonetheless, let's dive into the chat here because there are a bunch of you. I love to see it. Thank you all so much for being here. Real quick, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And let's get into the chat, answer all of your super chat questions, regular questions, all that stuff here. Let me get to the top here for a moment. All right, let's go. Connect. Bro, that man is literally a flamethrower. Yeah, they really let him fall. Thank you. Teams 1 through 16 in the draft and not taking them. Lakers for life. Also, we're 10-4. Yes, it is a beautiful thing. Got the win. Got Dalton Knecht shooting the lights out. Like, the dude has been absolutely spectacular. You got to love what you're seeing from Dalton Knecht. I like this starting five. I've talked about this before, right? Like, with the whole Rui thing now, right? What happens when Rui comes back? I think he's got to come off the bench. I'm sorry, I just do. I think Dalton Knecht is better suited at the three. I think Cam Reddish is just so valuable right now with his defense and just the athleticism and effort and energy. You see him and Dalton Knecht. You actually have some real athleticism out there on the perimeter, right? Like, you have guys that are actually putting effort on the defense side. Dalton Knecht obviously isn't like this great defensive player, but he at least tries and puts in the effort, puts in the energy on that side of the basketball. He's just a rookie and needs to kind of learn and feel his spots. But I don't see where you can slot in Rui Hachimura. I don't. I think you have to keep it with the five you saw today. I think the five you saw today is the five that should be the five going forward. I was hoping that Dalton would break the rookie 3-point record. Yeah, I know. I'm furious. All right, like, come on, you gotta at least get him some quality looks. Get him, 2 or 3 quality looks. Try to let him hit it. If he hits it on his first look, then fine, that's it. You got your 40, and you can be done. But to have him just sitting there at 39 through 3 quarters, it's like, come on, get the kid the ball. 100, yeah. Also, I hate the reluctant to trade D'Lo. If you find a trade, that trade him. I mean, yeah. I mean, if there's something there, I think part of it is just a tactic to be like, hey, we don't want it. Like, we don't need to trade D'Lo anymore, right? Where before the conversation was we have to trade D'Lo. You have to trade D'Lo. I just think now it's like, okay, well, we don't have to trade D'Lo anymore. We can keep D'Lo. But look, if I've said it before, I'll be surprised if D'Lo is on the Lakers come past the trade deadline. I think he's traded. Dalton is a bad boy, EFX. What's going on, Andrew? Appreciate you being here. How are you? Bro, that was crazy, EFX. That was unbelievable. Westside Connect, gotta love it. Loving the ball is his hands. Yeah, when you actually run and call his number, it's amazing what the kid can do. When he's just kind of floating out there, right? Like, run. I've talked about it heavily. Run some actions. I'm not saying you have to run all of your offense through him, right? But, like, it'd be nice if every couple possessions, you actually ran an action that got him the basketball, that got him to his spot, right? Like, that would be nice. True test coming against Orlando. Yeah, they're on like a 5-game win streak too, or 6-game win streak, something like. Connected Demon, EFX. Dalton connected again, crazy. He doesn't look like a rookie at all. He doesn't. He's just so confident out there, and like once he gets going, you know it. As soon as you see that ball go into the hoop, you're just like, oh, here comes another. Oh, here comes another. Oh, here comes another. Like, it's not even surprising anymore. He just kept going, and I was just like, let's go. But like, it was just like who was it? Anthony Davis. That was like every time he shoots it, we expect it to go in. Like, that's how I feel as a fan. Like, every time I watch him shoot the ball, I'm like, he's gonna make it. There it goes. Right? Like, yeah, facts. It's unbelievable. He definitely won a rookie of the year. He has been ridiculous. Let's see. Happy for our boy Dalton, but we out there building bad habits in the fourth. Yeah, there's a couple combinations of things. One, I just think that Lakers took their foot off the gas. Two, I think you had all the momentum and hype of Dalton Knecht, and when you took him out the game, it was like, oh, great, right? Like, it was like, okay, good. Whew. Now we can kind of like. I just think you should have stuck with him. You should have just kept riding that wave, put the game out of reach, and then called it a night. But yeah, just they knew they were going to win. Jalen, coming off the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, D'Lo, Austin, Rui, and picks for LaMelo and Nick Richards. I would do that in a heartbeat. I just do not see a scenario where the Charlotte Hornets trade LaMelo. There's not even like rumors going around that they're interested in trading LaMelo. If you could, I would do that all day. If you could find a way to get LaMelo and Nick Richards, you could have all of them. You could have both first, all the pick swaps. You could have basically whatever you want, right? As long as it's not Dalton Knecht and LeBron James and Anthony Davis, it's yours, right? Because now you got a legit center and you got a point guard, shooting guard for now in the future. Like, I would do that 100%. But I don't see a scenario where LaMelo would want to go to Lakers. Also, or where the Hornets would want to trade LaMelo. And then I was going to say that I don't even know if LaMelo would want to go to Lakers. All right, given the history with him and Lonzo, what happened with Lonzo Ball, stuff like that. I think if LaMelo was ever going to leave, he'd go to like another big market. I don't know if he'd go to Lakers. Look, like I said, if it could happen, I'm all for it. Right? If there is any possibility that the Lakers could land those two guys, you do whatever it takes, right? I'm with it 100%. But, hey, speak it into existence. I appreciate it. Let's speak it into existence. I do it all the time with Zach LaVine. So I ain't mad at you at all. But, if you could get that done, get it done. But appreciate you. Thank you so much for Super Chat. Seriously, you're awesome. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Trade. Please trade D'Lo and Jalen Schifino for Sexton and Kessler. We need an actual point of attack guard who isn't a part-timer in pressure. Yeah. I'm all for it. All for it. If he's playing like this, yes. You get a guy that Dalton Knecht is giving you 25 a game, right? That changes everything, especially shooting 70% or anything like that. But realistically, I don't see this. He's incredibly hot right now. The guy's shooting like 70% from three. That's not sustainable, right? Even Steph Curry hasn't had runs that insane, right? Don't get me wrong, Dalton Knecht, I think, is going to be a 40+% three-point shooter, but he's shooting that. He's just on fire right now, right? The guy can't miss. The guy's throwing up crazy shots at times and they're just going in, right? Every time he shoots the basketball, it looks like it's going in. If by any stretch, if he can give you, the level of consistency he's provided, yes, you can. I said that last live stream. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head when the last time they won 6 straight. It's been a couple years at least, if not longer. Maybe the 2020 season, right? When was the last time they won that many games? So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be very, very interesting. What's going on, Daniel? Appreciate you being here. I was hoping Knecht would get a 3-pointer to get 10. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Get him the basketball. I was so mad. I was like, can we just let him get to 40? Let him get to 40, and then you can do whatever you want, right? Let him get the 40. Let him break the record. Run some actual design play to get him, 1 or 2 quality looks, and then you can take him out, and then you can do whatever you want, right? DK, so special, saying boom every time he scores. It's different. Yeah. I really want, what's his name? Burn. Let's see. I was disagreeing when people said he's better than Austin, but low key. I don't overall right now, probably. Knecht is ridiculous. And he's our best shooter already by a long shot. But they have 2 very different games, 2 very different types of points of attack right now. Austin Reaves is just the more experienced. I believe, and I even said when we drafted Knecht, that I believe Knecht will be better than Austin Reaves, that he'll be a better, more athletic Austin Reaves. And in the sense of he can shoot where Austin Reaves has his struggle shooting the basketball and stuff like that. So I really I don't think it's, one guy is better than the other right now. I just think they're two completely different. They have two completely different roles, two completely different skill sets. The long term, yes, Dalton Knecht. I will gladly say that I believe that he'll be the better of the two long term. But right now, Dalton Knecht, his role is just that off-ball shooter, right? They're not running the offense through him the way that they are with Reaves and stuff like that. So just completely different. So I just can't get on board with Knecht's better than Austin Reaves. And look, I've been incredibly critical of Austin Reaves, and I continue to be critical of Austin Reaves because he has not been great. But Austin Reaves he's more experienced. He's the guy that you're giving the ball to and letting him go to work. But DK is Klay 2.0. He just needs to. If he get the defense, yeah. Klay was ridiculous defensively. But look, Dalton Knecht has the size, the length, and the athleticism, right? He has the foot speed. He was one of the best athletes tested at the combine. So he's a guy that if he really buys in and focuses on that side, he's gonna be very good. You're the secondary white guy now. He's reigning rookie of the year, Mark Awards. I am with it. Dalton is gonna make. Dalton is gonna manage to break Curry's 3-point record. LOL. Yes, that probably won't happen, but Dalton it's literally insane. I mean, never say never, right? All records are made to be broken, right? Dalton Knecht, I mean, as a rookie, we're seeing him be able to go hit 9 threes. Right? He's only going to improve. He's only going to get better. He's only going to get a bigger role as his career progresses, right? I don't know. You never know. I think Dalton Knecht might break the record that D'Lo broke last year, which is the Lakers' single season 3-point record. I mean, Dalton Knecht, the way he's shooting right now, I mean, he might break that in less time. Let's see. Ugly win by the Lakers. This is why we need a backup big and a 3-and-D win. Yeah, I mean, win's a win. I felt like once they got to 25, they kind of just were like, all right, game's over. And the other team was like, no, it's not. I also think that they lost a lot of momentum when they took Dalton Knecht out. And I think it made Utah more confident, right? It was like, okay, good. The guy that was killing it, they just did us a favor. They just stopped the guy that has torched us, right? We went from it being a reasonable game to now we're down 25 because of him, right? Tyler, they need to take Braun and AD out the game when they are up by that much. Should have kept Dalton in. I think they should have kept Dalton in. Yeah, I don't like when they that they were up 15 with 2 minutes left, and it's if the Lakers really bench guys really blow that lead, then you just live with it, in my opinion, or you just bring the guys in. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of playing that. The game's over and you're still having them on the court. Silly things happen. I get it. I'm with him. Yeah, I was too. I was mad. I was mad as a why? Reaves will not be a Laker next season. The placement has arrived, aka the real I'm him, Dalton Knecht. I mean, I've talked about it before. I think Dalton Knecht definitely makes Reaves expendable. I definitely think that there's an argument now to move off of Austin Reaves. Like I said, they both have different roles, different play styles right now. If Austin Reaves could just get back to having a decent 3-point shot, right? He's so inconsistent shooting the basketball, and it throws everything for a loop, right? Because it doesn't hurt to have if Reaves can get back to being 40% from 3, to have two guys like that, it could do a lot. Damn, making AR and D'Lo and Gabe look like G League players. He's a straight up, yeah, thanks. Yeah, Rui. I don't think you can. I don't think you can bench Dalton Knecht. I don't. Props to the Lakers for drafting very good white guys. Caruso, Reaves, and now Dalton, man. Yeah, you're not wrong. Hello, beautiful win, Tyler. Yes, Roy. I am 100% right there with it. Yeah, this was beautiful. Just 10-4, baby. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Consistent shooter yet. That's the key, too. Consistent. He's been incredibly consistent. Let's see. Tyler. At this point, we know Lakers aren't cutthroat enough for Zach. Go and get Dennis, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson went nuclear tonight. Dorian Finney-Smith is elite still defensively, but dropped offensively. Dennis Schroeder is Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, so I have a couple videos coming out. I wanted to post them today, but Laker game was today, and they usually don't do as well. So I have them tomorrow. Tomorrow, I got a video coming up about the Brooklyn Nets news that they're basically selling the farm. And then I have another video talking about like the other guys, because I do think that there's an argument to like, because like essentially everybody, right? Cam Thomas, Nick Claxton, they would consider moving. To me, let everyone go after the shiny toys, right? Like, look at it. I described it as like a store in the video. You put all like the fancy shiny stuff up front, but the real gems are in the back of the store, right? Like that's kind of what I look at with the Brooklyn Nets. Like let everyone fight and stumble over themselves for, the Cam Thomas and Nick Claxtons. Go get Day'Ron Sharpe, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dennis Schroeder, Cam Johnson if you can, right? Like go get the other guys. Go focus on getting the other guys and let everyone else kind of trip over themselves, getting the shiny guys, right? Like that's kind of my thoughts. Brilliance coming out, $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Trade Rui Gabe Hayes for Ingram. I'm not against Ingram. Look, I talked about it, especially even after we ended up playing them and Ingram balled out. I like Ingram because it's a win-win, right? Like you trade for Ingram. If he works out, you re-sign him, and you re-sign him to a reasonable deal because nobody's paying that guy $40 million with the new CBA. But if it doesn't work out, then you could just let him walk and you just cleared like $40 million in salary. And then LeBron James can do whatever he wants. I mean, he could take a vet minimum if he wanted to, right? He's not going to, but he could take $20 million less. And guys like Kyrie could be a free agent next offseason, right? You could have several options. You go get several guys in the offseason. So I don't hate it. I think it's definitely a win-win. And if it works, then you might have just solved a lot of your issues. Right, a consistent go-to scorer, somebody that could, defend multiple positions, gives you that size, that length. I don't hate the idea of Brandon Ingram at all. You could do something like Reaves, Knecht, Ingram, LeBron, and AD as your starting five. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But again, I appreciate you. Thank you, Brilliant, for the super chat. I am right there with you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Rookie of the year loading. Dalton is a superstar. We're so lucky to have him. He's been A1. A rookie, Dalton Knecht, already doing more than Christie. I'm convinced Christie is just a personality hire. No, I mean, look, you got to keep a couple things in mind. One, Dalton Knecht was an elite shooter in high school or in college, right? He was projected to go as high as fifth overall in most of these drafts. Again, it's different skill sets. Christie was a project that needed growth and development that you knew drafting him was going to take a couple years. And he never got that, right? Like Christie was already supposed to have already had his figure it out season. And he never got that. He played spot minutes, random minutes. He'd go months without being in the rotation. So he went from being a project that needed time to grow and develop into what he is now because he never got that season. A lot of people talk about, Scottie Pippen Jr. and Jay Huff, right? Those are the two guys that keep getting mentioned because look at how they're balling out for Memphis. Memphis was in a completely different situation though, right? Because Jay Huff was awful for us and Scottie Pippen Jr. showed signs, but he was pretty bad too. But they went to a team that was tanking. A team that didn't have Ja all season, and then when he did come back, he ended up getting hurt. They lost Baines. They lost everybody, right? So they had nothing to lose. So it's like, why not let Scottie Pippen Jr. play 40 minutes a game? Why not let Jay Huff play 30 minutes a game, 35 minutes a game? And there were games where they were great. There were games where they were like unplayably bad, awful, like wow. But it didn't matter because they were on a bad team, right? Well, Dalton Knecht never even got not Dalton Knecht, Max Christie never even got the spot minute, like consistent minutes of just like being bad and being good. Like you saw the other night, he had a great game, right? Efficient, doing the dirty work, doing all that stuff, and we've seen him like even in the what was the game? Damn it, the game before this one where he batted the ball out. Right, like those are the little things. His role is to be defense. Lock down, defend, and you saw it. He had some great defensive sequences this game. The offense is the issue. The offense is the concern, right? Like if you could take Dalton Knecht and offense and Max Christie's defense, right? Like you'd have a star, right? Like it'd be ridiculous. But again, like Christie's got a lot to work through, but he's done the dirty work, which is the key. It's just his offense, right? Like we look and we go, oh, he's not giving you anything offensively. Yeah, but you're not looking at everything else. You're not looking at the rebounds and the defense that he's playing and the trajectory of shots that he's affecting and the balls he's keeping alive and balls he's batting out and all the stuff that just doesn't show up on the box score. Let's see. Max Christie had an amazing defensive game. Now you guys only care about shots going in. Yeah, that's kind of my point too, right? Like it's just like people look at Max Christie and go, if he's not giving you 15, then he's not doing anything. And it's like, no, he's doing a lot. He's impacting the game in a lot of other ways. I've always talked about like when your shot and your offense isn't working, what else can you do? What else do you do to impact the game? And Max Christie has done a good job of impacting the game in other ways. Hopefully his offense starts to come around. I've seen everything that I need to see. He's better than they are as far as shooting. Yeah, shooting-wise, yes. He's our best shooter, without a doubt. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't sold on Dalton at first, but considering me sold now, yeah, the dude's ridiculous. If he gets the defense up, it's over. Yeah, for real. Like if Dalton Knecht, he has all the tools to be a great defensive player. If he can just, buy in on that side too, it's going to be crazy. Cam Reddish has been fantastic. I mean, I mentioned it earlier, right? Like I don't think you can take him out of the starting unit. I think you have to go. The starting five you had today, I think is the starting five you have to keep going forward, right? And then have Rui come off the bench. D'Lo and Rui can kind of be more of a focal point in the offense. Because Cam Reddish, he's impacting the game in so many ways. That defense, that hustle, that energy, the athleticism, you're seeing the difference that this team has when he's there. I was completely wrong about Dalton. I'm not going to lie. I was screaming trade the pick. Yeah. I mean, well, to be fair, they should have traded the pick. They just, luckily, because the Lakers would have traded that pick if there was something that came along. However, Rob Pelinka couldn't find a deal. I mean, he even said, there was nothing there. There was nothing that made sense. Because if he would have found something, I believe he would have made the trade. And Dalton Knecht would be playing on another team somewhere. So sometimes things just work out, right? Sometimes things just fall into place, right? Dalton has been cooking. Facts, Jay. Another win. Yep, gotta love it. We need one more center, and we're good. I think we need more than just center, but I think we're close. I don't think we're that far. I think we need like a center and like ideally another 3-and-D Wayne, somebody that can do what Knecht does, but also defend. Brilliance coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Exactly. Reaves, Dalton, Ingram, Braun, AD, bench, D'Lo, Christie, Cam, Vando, and Wood. Yeah, like if you could work something like that out, I would do that all day, including Sunday. Problem is, it just dawned on me because your previous comment you had Rui, Gabe, and Hayes for Ingram, so that doesn't work, right? Because Ingram's making what? Ingram's making $36 million. Because it just dawned on me when you added D'Lo to the bench, and I was like, oh wait, I think you have to trade D'Lo. What's his contract? I think he's making like $36 million. There we go, contract. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, 36 million for Ingram. Yeah, he's making 36. So, yeah, the problem is, like I said, I don't mind Ingram just because he's an expiring contract, and I do not see a team paying him 36 million. I think that that's crazy. But you'd have to trade. You'd be looking at like Rui, D'Lo, and like Gabe because you also got to fill out a roster. So you're probably losing D'Lo. But you could bring up Olivari, all right, and go like Olivari, Christie, Cam, Wood, Vando, and Wood. Um, yeah, do something like that, and then still have a starting five of like Reaves, Dalton, Ingram, Braun, and AD. Got athleticism, defense. I'm right there with you. I'm with you. I wouldn't be upset about that at all. You still got to get a backup big, in my opinion. Still got to go get like a Valanciunas or something, but that's not hard because you could, if you needed to, take Vando or somebody and just go get like a Valanciunas, or if you could get like a Day'Ron Sharp or something like that. You do need a center, right? If you can get that center, so then you have like said like Olivari, Christie, Cam, Vanderwood, and then like Sharp. I think you're in a good spot. I think you're in a good place. So I'm with you, Brilliance. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for super chat. And then Funk Kong coming out, $2 super sticker. What was it? It was unboxing. It was an unboxing. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I hate that it doesn't like show on StreamYard, so I have to like find it. But that's cool. Unboxing things. I'm sure you guys can see it in the stream, but let's see. But anyway, let's thank you. I appreciate you. Seriously. Thank you everyone for the super chats. Helps me out a ton. You have no idea. What do you think of a Vucevic trade? I don't hate it. I don't love it. Right? My problem is that like he's making 20 million and the Lakers need more than just a center. And Vu, the problem with Vu is that like you gotta have him, like, can you start him? Right? Because you got to keep in mind, if he starts at the center, then that means LeBron's got to slide to the three. Now, LeBron has played spots at the three lately, the last few games, but it's very few minutes, right? One, would LeBron be willing to do that? Two, do you start Vucevic at the detriment of LeBron? Does LeBron end up getting worn out and worn down because he has to chase around and account for the perimeter on the Sean side where most of the action is ran? Also, to me, the way I look at it is like, okay, I could get Vucevic or I could get Dorian Finney-Smith and Jonas Valanciunas, right? Like that's essentially the difference. Like, yeah, you'd have to throw in like a Jalen and Shafino or whatever to get the two guys, but that 10 million less, I don't think Vu will make that much more of an impact to where it's like, okay, like it's worth paying the 10 million more personally, right? Obviously, you never know how somebody's going to work out until they're on the roster. But I would rather, like, if you told me, hey, you could have Vucevic or you could have Jonas Valanciunas and Dorian Finney-Smith. To me, that's a no-brainer. Go get me Dorian Finney-Smith and Valanciunas because Valanciunas can come off the bench and Dorian Finney-Smith can slot into your starting role. That's just my thoughts. But dare I say we're better when Jax is hurt? I mean, yes and no. I mean, Jackson Hayes, he's playing such limited minutes, but problem is too is that he's not a backup big, right? It's something that I've talked about very heavily. Like I like Jackson Hayes. He's still very young, right? Like there's still room for growth and development, but he's not a backup. He's your third big. He's the guy you bring in to just be high energy, high effort, run up and down the court, rebound, and do the dirty work, right? Like that's what you're looking for him to do. You're not looking for him to play 30 minutes a game and be this huge impact guy. And the problem is it's kind of where we're at as the Lakers. Otherwise, yes, I would be right there with you. Abdul, coming out to $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Love your channel. Well, thank you. Do you think Knecht wins Rookie of the Year? At the rate he's going, yes. Couple couple caveats, right? Like there are other guys that have been good. We're a Laker fandom. So of course we're like, nobody's better than Dalton Knecht. Which don't get me wrong, the way he's been playing lately, he nobody's been better than Dalton Knecht, like without a doubt. If he keeps playing in the trajectory he's going, then yes, he's going to be tough. But Stephon Castle is actually having a really good season for a rookie. He's not like unbelievable. Dalton Knecht numbers are actually better, but Stephon Castle has actually been solid. If he kind of continues to grow and develop, right, then, who knows what type of impact and role he can continue to grow. Also, he's responsible for a lot of other things such as defense, point of attack. And then, Zach Edey also, he's having himself a solid season as well. And let me pull up his Zach Edey stats because I don't know his off the top of my head, but I know he's averaging like nearly a double-double. Here we go. He's averaging 11 points and 7 rebounds with a block, an assist and a steal. So again, not saying that he won't. Again, if Dalton Knecht continues to perform the way he's performing, and the biggest factor in my opinion is the Lakers bump, right? When you're a Laker, you get a little more voting than you usually would otherwise, right? So I do think that Dalton Knecht, if I'm not saying he has to go give you a 40, right? Obviously, that's a little insane. But if he can be, double digits, give you, 12 a game on average when the season's over, then yes, he'll win Rookie of the Year. Especially if he's 40% from three. If he's 40% from three and giving you 12 plus points a game average, he'll win Rookie of the Year without a doubt. It's still early. Still a couple guys that have been solid too. Dalton's just had the biggest spurts, right? Like this game is like one of those games that like are those separator games. But again, I really appreciate it. And thank you for being a part of the channel. Seriously. Thank you so much. Andre, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. 80, LeBron, Rui, AR, Dalton, and Vando for the starting 5. Wait, isn't that 6? 80, LeBron, Rui, AR, Dalton, and Vando for starting 5. I would take Rui out, right? So, like, if you told me you have a healthy Jared Vanderbilt, then yes, I would go with Jared Vanderbilt, right? Like, ideally, you have Vando play the Cam Reddish role when Vando gets back healthy, if he can stay healthy and he can kind of get back to peak Jared Vanderbilt. If that can happen, then yes, the Lakers, good luck, right? Because now you have Jared Vanderbilt who, with his defense and his, the ground that he covers, right? He just covers so much ground. And we've seen him plus Anthony Davis alone make us one of the best defensive teams, right? So you have Vando to Dalton, AR, LeBron, and AD. You're in good shape. I would bring Rui off the bench. Also, bringing Rui off the bench, 1, you can play him at the 4 more, and 2, you can make him more of a focal point offensively off the bench, which is something the Lakers really need, right? Dalton Knecht is thriving in the starting unit. Let him thrive in the starting unit. Is kind of my thoughts. But yeah, ideally, like I said, if Jared Vanderbilt can come back and he can stay healthy, because that's the problem, is that even if he does come back, can he stay healthy? Nick, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Why AR doesn't keep it simple and stop over dribbling? It's kind of his game, right? Like his game is kind of getting the teeth of defense, kind of dribble, survey, right? He keeps the ball on the deck to try to create the contact, right? Kind of bait out the impatience on some of the defenders, right? See a lot of guys that a couple dribbles, they're fine, they'll stay, they'll move their body, but then guy starts shifting, and you see them constantly shift, because he's keeping the defense on their toes and hopes that as soon as they come in, boom, now he's doing his little thing. It's just his style of game. It's just his style of play. I would like him to kind of be a little more decisive at times. Like him not to like force stuff as much as he's been forcing stuff. It's just the lack of consistency shooting the basketball. It hurts him because also when he's knocking down the three ball, it opens things up for him. It allows him to now be aggressive and attack closeouts and kind of do what he wants to do. But we've seen like teams kind of like, they'll keep the gap. They won't close out as hard when he's not shooting very well. And that's a problem, right? But yeah, it's not great. I prefer if he didn't do it either, but that's why he's doing it. He's basically trying to bait the impatience out of people. But thank you so much for super chat. Seriously, I really appreciate that. DK is a walking bucket. Yeah, facts. We have to work on these turnovers. I agree. Dalton will break records. Yeah, I think so too. Like I mentioned earlier, I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up breaking the Lakers 3-point record. D'Lo and Reaves are down bad. It's just their lack of consistency. They haven't been consistent shooting the basketball. DK is greater than Steph. Dalton's going to go after Klay's record book. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I wouldn't at all. Look, from what we've seen from Dalton Knecht, I actually like the Klay comparison. He just needs the defense. If he can just buy in defensively, which he's more athletic than Klay, than Klay was. So that's in his benefit too. Let's see. Connect 4 is insane. Yeah, facts. Connect 4, yeah. Tyler, what happened? Tyler, your stuff. You spoke of DK a few days ago. Yeah. I mean, look, it's just his style of play is what we need. Just proper evaluation, proper analysis. Steal the draft without a doubt. But I appreciate you, Casey. Seriously, thank you. Steal the draft, yes. Go get Ingram and Missy with Rui, Vando, and Gabe plus first. I wouldn't give up first for Ingram. It's too much of a risk. One, can he stay healthy? Two, he could just leave. He could literally just leave in the offseason. And now you just traded him for nothing. And like that's there. Literally, no one wants Brandon Ingram right now. There's not a single team that wants Brandon Ingram. All right. So like if you're the Lakers, you kind of be patient and you like, hey, if you want to essentially give him to us, then fine. We'll give you like a pick swap or something like that, but we're not giving you a first. Plus, with the now that they've officially lost the trade for Anthony Davis because the Lakers just got Dalton Knecht, which thank you, Pelicans. Can we give it up one time for the Pelicans? Right, everyone, let's give it up one time for the Pelicans. Right, because the Pelicans could have taken this year's pick. And if they would have taken this year's pick, we wouldn't have Dalton Knecht. But Pelicans, thank you. We need to rally together and send them a fruit basket, right? And just be like, hey, thank you for Dalton Knecht. And what's great is before this game, he set his career high in New Orleans against the Pelicans in New Orleans. That's just poetic. Sports is an amazing thing. Yeah, I agree. I just think that. And got those shots once they played against it. Yeah, as soon as they opened it up, that was it. Only if we had another consistent shooter. That's the problem. It's just like D'Lo is supposed to be that, but he's struggling. Now, he did struggle the first 15 to 20 games last year and then kind of figured it out and then got in a rhythm and ended up having a historically great season. So my fingers are crossed that happens this season, that like he's just going to have – he had that game last year. I'm trying to remember who it was against, but he had that game where he went off for like 27 or whatever, and then it was just like, boom. He was just good the rest of the way. Man-to-man on Connect, it was harder for him to get free. Yeah, because they just like glue guys, which is what the Lakers want. They want the guy glued to Dalton Knecht, right? They want the guy basically completely out of the play. Because when Knecht's on the floor, that's basically what happens. Like teams don't want to help off a Knecht, right? Because that's an easy drive and kick, and he gets his shot off so quickly and so high, you're not blocking it, right? So he's getting a bucket every time. Yeah, 7 straight is not ridiculous. The fact AD is fourth in MVP voting is criminal. The AD disrespect is insane, absolutely insane. Let's see. Rui, JHS for Cam, Gabe for Jonas. Let's make it happen. I am with it. It looks like it's going in every time he shoots. Facts. 100%, David. Every time I watch that kid shoot that ball, I'm just like, oh, this is it. This is money. Yeah, he's not. And every time I've talked about it the last year and a half, and everyone tells me I'm crazy. All the AR fans come crawling out of hiding, tell me I'm an idiot. But I mean, watch the games, right? Like again, I'm not just like making stuff up here. Like it's literally all you have to do is watch the games. Brilliant. It's coming out the $5 ship check. Thank you again. I really. Rui, Gabe, Hayes, and Vando. Okay, so we're getting Kessler, and we're getting Ingram and then you're getting. Who am I missing? Trade D'Lo, Rui, Gabe, Hayes, and Vando. Well, you wouldn't have because Ingram says 36 million plus Kessler is it's called 40 million that you have to send out. So D'Lo and Rui get you to 35, right? And then Gabe gets you to 46, right? Like so basically get you enough. But I mean technically you keep Gabe. Like technically the Lakers could do they could go get Brandon Ingram for say D'Lo, Rui, and Hayes. And then you could trade Jalen Hood-Schifino for Kessler. Jalen Hood-Schifino goes for Kessler. So you have you have those four going out. Then you have Kessler and Ingram coming in. So 4 for 2 swap, which means you need one roster spot, which you get in Quincy. Because you cleared off enough salary to bring in Quincy. So you're good there. So you have 14 on your roster. And then you'd still have Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, and Max Christie could get you to another 30 million. So you could still, if you wanted to, go get Brandon Ingram, Walker Kessler, and then also go get like a Dennis Schroeder and a Dorian Finney-Smith. Same. Now we're really cooking. We're good. Cooking something up right now, Brilliance. I love it. Oh, you said maybe we pull that. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe we pull that up. Yeah. Like we could, I'm telling you, Brilliance, we're cooking something right now. Because technically you could go, you just need, essentially D'Lo and Rui get you to Ingram. D'Lo and Rui get you to Ingram. You'd have to throw in a vet minimum guy. So let's say Hayes, right? And then Jalen Hood-Schifino gets you Walker Kessler because you're probably having to give up first. So I wouldn't give up any first for Brandon Ingram personally. So you're let's say you have to give up a first for Kessler plus Jalen Hood-Schifino. Let's say you throw in a pick swap or whatever else. Sure, take it. Then at that point, like I said, your starting five is Reaves, Knecht, Ingram, Braun, AD. And then you have Quincy, Christie, Cam, Wood, Kessler. And why am I feel like we're missing something? Yeah. Oh, and then you have Vando off the bench too. And then you'd be able to bring in those guys. And then you could take Vando, Christie, and Gabe if you wanted to, those three guys. And that gets you to 30 million to go and make another move. So you could end up going and getting Like I said, like a Dorian Finney-Smith and like a Dennis Schroeder. Woo! Brilliance. Your brilliance is showing. Your brilliance is showing. I love it. I love it. Great idea. Appreciate you, brilliant. Stakes coming in hot with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I like what Max is doing defensively. Thank you. I do too. I really do. He's doing the dirty work, right? Offensively, he's been right. He's been poo-poo. He's poo-pooed the bed offensively. However, he's rebounding well. He's keeping balls alive, and he's been getting after it defensively against bigger guys, right? Like, dude, against like guys like Wimby and Lauri Markkanen and stuff like that. You talk about 7-footers plus. Talk about guys that are like 7'1" and above, and Max Christie is bodying them defensively, right? Like, I do. I think he's getting a lot more hate because he's not giving you the offensive production, right? Like, love Knecht, right? Dude is magical. This dude is Larry Houdini out there, right? David Blaine. Oh my God, David Blaine. But it's flashy, right? Like what Knecht does is flashy. It's sexy. It's woo, right? Like myself included, right? We're all like just mesmerized, right? Like we're just like, wow, right? Like it's Chris Angel mind freak, right? While Dalton Knecht or Max Christie, no, he's just tacking along. It's not, he's doing the dirty work. It's not sexy. It's not pretty. He's not driving the Rolls Royce, right? Like he's the everyday man, right? He's doing the dirty work, right? That's kind of what I look at with Max Christie, and I think he's doing his job. He's been fine, right? He's been excellent defensively. He's keeping balls alive. He's rebounding. He's doing everything that you could ask for, and he's doing it in a limited role, right? Not much more you could ask for, But yeah, I'm right there with it. It's just offensively. People want to see him light it up. All right, I'm going to go about 10 more minutes, and I'm going to skate on out of here. Trade AR or D'Lo, Tyler? I mean, it depends on what you get. You could argue one or the other. But I'm not against trading either of them, and I've been very outspoken about that. Like, I don't think anybody is untouchable. Lakers view Austin Reaves as, like, the second coming of Jordan, and I just think it's ridiculous. Right? Like, it's just, I like Reaves, but he's not unmovable. Like, they should have traded him for DeJounte Murray. And I know Murray's hurt, but also, if he's on the Lakers, does that happen, right? Revisionist history, right? In a nutshell, right? Like, Tyler, pick one. D'Lo. You got to trade D'Lo first, right? D'Lo is the bigger contract. He's expiring, so he's going to have some good value once you get to trade deadline. Also, D'Lo is kind of the redundancy, right? Unless he's shooting the lights out, he just doesn't. Like Austin Reaves, he's shooting poorly, but he's better defensively, not by much, right? He's not like great defensively, but he is better defensively. And the Lakers are running everything through AR. So D'Lo kind of just becomes a redundancy. He's just out there for the sake of being out there. And unless he shoots the lights out, he doesn't really give you anything else. Not a great rebounder. He doesn't have athleticism. He doesn't apply rim pressure. He's not this great defender. He's not this point of attack guy. And the style of offense we're running, you don't need his playmaking the way that we did last year. Like last year, it was infuriating watching Darvin Ham basically sit D'Lo and LeBron and having Austin Reaves be your sole playmaker out there. It's like, it's not Reaves' game. I mean, even this season, he's struggling with ball pressure. We're one of the worst teams when it comes to ball pressure in the league, right? Like, we don't handle ball pressure well. And a lot of that is because AR is kind of operating as your point guard. So, but in a nutshell, you got to trade D'Lo. But if the right trade came along, you trade AR. I've talked about it. You trade AR. Quincy was on the ESPN box score. Was hyped until the score got close again. Oh, yeah. They have him up, and then they were like, nah. AR is staying a Laker. Yeah, I don't see him going. Like, the Lakers value him insanely high. I don't like LaMelo's game too loosey-goosey. He can be at times, right? Like, you kind of need to, like, hone his talents in. But I also think with a coach like JJ Redick, I do think would do some wonders for LaMelo. and to be around like a guy like LeBron and all that stuff. Go get LaVine. Now I'm with you. I'm with you, Unique. Look, I have been Team LaVine, preaching it, screaming it into the universe. So I'm with you. Let's see. They need to swap D'Lo and Sexton. I don't. I would want to do that if we could get Kessler in the deal. I've talked about a swap like that. There is an argument to be made because yes, both kind of do the same things, but one is more athletic. Like D'Lo has been historically, not so much this season, but has historically been the better volume 3-point shooter, and he's the better playmaker. But Sexton gives you the better athleticism, point of attack, rim pressure, right? I just think Sexton, yeah, it's kind of a lateral move, but it also is a bigger, it fills bigger needs that the Lakers have, right? The Lakers need that penetration, they need that rim pressure, they need, the point of attack, his athleticism, chasing down loose balls, all that stuff. Get Zach LaVine. Did y'all see him hit 5 threes in a row the other night to close out Detroit? Look, I've been screaming for Zach LaVine. Go get Zach. Sexton dribble drive penetration is super effective. Oh, I was just talking about. He deserves to be on a better team. Yes, I'm with you. I do think he'd be better on the Lakers. Get Dalton some real help. I love it. Get Dalton some help. Yeah, we definitely need a 3-and-D guy. Just have AR run it, yeah. Look so similar, bro. They look so similar. Stop with the trade talks. Look, Lakers are active, like literally active. Shams talked about it today. Like the Lakers are active in trade talks right now. So it's kind of hard to not talk about something that the Lakers are actively in. Tyler, you so happy, bro. You deserve this moment. You put so much hard work into your videos. Then win the winning or losing. I respect you, my guy. Well, thank you, Casey. Seriously, thank you so much for the kind words. And yeah, look, grind never stops, right? And look, I love it. I talk about it all the time. I love the position I'm in. I am incredibly blessed to be able to come on a live stream and have hundreds of people that want to talk and listen and and just enjoy each other's time. Like, I'm blessed, man. Seriously, it's a beautiful thing. The fact that I get to make videos and people actually want to watch them, like thousands of people actually want to watch them, it's insane, right? Like again, I say it all the time. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. But I'm hardworking and passionate and have goals, right? Want to be in the tippy top of this YouTube thing for as far as Lakers go. Obviously, Lakers Nation is standing high, but I gotta pass them one day. That's the goal. But again, I appreciate you, seriously. Everyone that's watching, drop a like. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, if you have not, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I know I was like close to 2,300. I am 3 subscribers away. 3 subscribers. I know for a fact there are 3 of you that aren't subscribed. From 23,300. So I need 3 subscribers. Don't assume somebody else is going to subscribe. You subscribe. Only you can subscribe. Every subscriber this live stream will be another 3 from Dalton Knecht. I wish I had that kind of power. Like, give me 100,000 subs and Knecht will go off for 1,000. AR and DK have 2 different games. Exactly, Tyler. You took the words right out of my mouth. Pause. Hey, I'm with you. Great minds think alike. Dalton. They sat him down and froze him out. Yes, I was so mad, Coswin. Like, I was infuriated. I was like, man, come on. Like, get the guy to 40, and then you can do whatever you want, right? Let the guy break the record. Let the guy, hit the 3. Like, come on, man. I love JJ. He's my guy. I'm gonna stick up for him, but like, come on, Jay. Come on, JJ. Those are one of those moments I would be like, can I talk to you for a minute? Come here, buddy. So, hey, you saw how you just did that? Don't do that, right? Like, play Rui on the bench. Vano starting over Reddish after a couple games. I mean, if he can come back and be fully healthy, then yes, I think you have to do that. DK and AR need a tag team nickname. West Side Connect. What is it? AR Connect, or sorry, what could you make out of that? Like a tag team name? I don't know. Connect an AR. Scope. That could be their tag team name, Scope, right? Like an AR, and then you connect the scope, right? Like, sure. That's what I got, people. That's what I got. That's their tag team name. We'll call them Scope. Scope. See if that picks up. But all right, here, let me do a handful more. And then I'm going to skate on out of here. Like the video and subscribe. Yes, Jay. Thank you so much. Yes, please take the minute. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Trade Gabe. I am right there with you. Believe me. Believe me. Tyler deserves the likes. Get them likes up. Thank you, Jay. Seriously. I really do appreciate that. Seriously. When is Vando coming back? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Right? Like, yeah, fingers crossed. Trade AR and Vando for Cam Johnson. Problem is the Lakers aren't going to trade him. I mean, they were reluctant to trade him for Kyrie. They're not going to trade him for Cam Johnson. Scope. Is Scope the one? Is that what it is? Scope. Call him Scope. Is that? I'm going to have to do like a community post. Thank you, Emily. Yes, please. Take a quick second. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. You guys are beautiful. Thank you. 10-4. Gotta love it, Speed. I love it. I know you love it. Got to keep going. Look, we still have some work to do for sure. Tyler Hero, talking about Connect Tyler Hero. I mean, he's bigger, right, than Tyler Hero, right? Isn't Tyler Hero like 6'4"? More athletic. I don't know, like, it's early, right? So obviously you don't want to overreact to Dalton Knecht. However, I think Knecht has more upside. I think Knecht has the potential to be better. Let's see. How has Knecht's defense been? It hasn't been bad. Like, it's been, I'll say it's been good, not great, right? Like, he has the athleticism, he has the length, he has the quickness and the lateral movement. He tries, which is good. Like, he gets after it. He's active in trying to play defense. However, he's a rookie. So he takes his eye off his defender. He gets backdoored a lot. Pause. He is out of position a lot of times, right? He helps when he's not supposed to help. He needs better understanding. He needs a better kind of situational awareness, how to properly slot, right? Familiarity with players and stuff. You know, very rarely does a rookie come in and is like elite defensively. Even the greatest defensive players ever have all had their struggles in their rookie season, right? Because it's tough. You gotta learn positioning. You gotta learn where you're supposed to be on the court, certain matchups, right? Certain actions, right? Okay, well, usually I'm supposed to be like this, but they're running this action, so that means the help is going to be here, right? Like, there's just, again, understanding of what is happening on the court. He's just kind of there, right? That kind of makes sense. I would love Dorian Finney-Smith on this team as well. They never traded Bronny. Come on. Facts. You right. Austin Reaves not shooting the three ball. Yeah, he's not, right? And like, again, I don't think that that's a crazy. Like, again, every time I'm like, Austin Reaves can't shoot, like, everyone's like, or not everybody, but more and more people are starting to come around, which is good. When I first said it, I was getting torched, man. Like, some of those comments were just like brutal. And, hate to say it, but usually Tyler is right. It's right. But no, in all seriousness, I was just like, what? Like, I can't be the only one witnessing this. I can't be the only one seeing this. Then when people are just like, oh, it's only 3 games. Oh, it's only preseason. It's only that. It's like, we have a whole season of sample size. He shot 28% from 3 in the playoffs, right? Like, again, this wasn't just like 3 games. He can't shoot. It's a problem. He has the inconsistencies. We dealt with it all season last year, and everyone was just like, you're an idiot, Tyler. And now more and more people are kind of like, I don't want to say he was right, but Reaves is struggling. I'm just like, all right. Like, I'm with you. But no, I want him to turn it around. Like, in all seriousness, like, I do. I really want him to turn it around. You know, I want to see Reaves. Because, look, the better Reaves is, the better the Lakers are. Right? Like, I want to talk about Austin Reaves and hype him up. I mean, I made videos last offseason where I talked about him being the second coming of Michael Jordan, and he was going to be this great guy, and I think he could be a 25-5 guy and give you 40% from three and all this stuff. And I talked heavily about it, and he just was never that. And it was like I tried to defend him. It's early. It's this. You know, I made all the excuses that one tends to do. But at some point, you got to stop making the excuses. At some point, it's like, okay, this guy clearly is struggling, right? Whatever it is. Last year, it was he had tired legs. Well, what's the excuse this year? This whole offseason, he's been golfing and hanging out with his girl. Go on with your bad self. Live your best life, right? I ain't mad at you. Go spend some time with your honey. Go golf, right? But, like, the excuse was he just had tired legs. Unless he's been putting a lot of cardio, if you know what I mean, in the offseason with his girl, like, what's the excuse now? It's like, come on, dude. The guy just cannot find consistency shooting the basketball. I love AR. I think he's great. I don't think he's trash or anything like that, but we have to be honest. At some point, there has to be an honest conversation, is my point. At some point, it's like, all right, like, he just doesn't have it. We don't need a third star, which is fabulous because they should be no more talk about Zach LaVine. There should wholeheartedly be talk about Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is everything we need. Look, depends on what you consider a star, right? Like Zach LaVine, you know, I think you could put him in the star conversation, but you know, most people when they talk about star, they talk about, you know, like Kyrie, like all these spotlight guys. Look, Zach LaVine helps tremendous. Problem is consistency. Right? Dalton Knecht is hot right now. He's shooting the lights out. Dude's been unbelievable. But is he going to continue to shoot 70% from three-point range? Probably not. Right? Like, at some point, reality's probably going to set in. And then Austin Reaves has been inconsistent all season long. You don't know which Austin Reaves you're going to get. D'Lo is basically completely irrelevant now at this point, right? Until he figures it out and turns it around, Lakers need a guy in Zach LaVine. And I know, Speed, you talk about, like, Tyler, you always say we're top 5 in offense, and we are. We've been great in offense. But there's consistent offense, right? And then there's, like, you really have to earn it. Right? We are number 1, I believe, right now in points from our main guys and from the starting unit, right? Like, we're leading the league in all of that. You need a consistent bucket getter. You really do. They need a consistent bucket getter. We need a center too. Don't worry, Speed. I know you really want a center, and we do. We need a center. But Celtics, yeah, Celtics. Yeah, wait. Yeah, Cavs finally lost. Logjam. All right, this is going to be my last question. I'm going to skate on out of here. If I get a super chat or something, then I'll answer that. But assuming I don't, this is the last comment. And then I'm going to skate on out of here so I can make some videos for you guys for in the morning. All right. Logjam, that shooting guard. Either AR or Max has to go. Do you realize that AR shot more shots than 80 and the same as LeBron, 3 turnovers, 5 assists? Shaking my head. I do think at some point you're going to have to make that. And look, I made the argument last season or last offseason? At some point, I remember making that argument that, like, at some point the Lakers are going to have to make a decision between AR and Max Christie, right? Because both are best at a 2 and neither are really big enough to play the 3. Max, you can slot in at the 3 on occasion, but most nights, like, you don't want him being your 3. Also, you can make an argument Dalton Knecht's probably best at the 2, right? Because at the 3, he's got good size because he's like 6'6", 6'7". Like, even the commentators were like, he's a legit 6'6.5", right? So let's say 6'6", 6'7". Like, that's average, right? Most 3s are, 6'7" to 6'8", right? Most. Obviously, there's outliers like Michael Porter Jr. and stuff like that. He was like 6'10", 6, like Kevin Durant was like 7 feet, right? Like, there's outliers, but most small forwards are 6'7", 6'8". So Dalton Knecht's around the size of a small forward. However, he'd be big for a point guard or a 2 guard. And with his athleticism and his just size and strength, I kind of like that. Kind of like the idea, especially if you could have like a legit point of attack point guard, right? And like have that. That's why I've kind of been like, I'm not against them trading Reaves at some point. Like if you could have something like, I don't know, like future wise, like, Dalton Knecht at the 2, go get like a legit point guard that can be a 2-way guy, an SGA or something like that when he gets sick of OKC, right? Like, something like that, boom, boom. And then you have like, your star center and Anthony Davis at the 4, and then, Kessler at the 5, and then, go get a legit 3-and-D wing, whether through the draft or evolving somebody or signing somebody, whatever. But we'll see how it all plays out. But anyway, I'm gonna skate on out of here. You guys are beautiful. I appreciate you. On the way out, please take a quick second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Seriously, it really does help me a ton. Also, thank you everyone so much for these super chats. Everyone that chipped in, gave me that. Seriously, as a guy that does this for a living, I really do appreciate it. Helps me out a ton. It helps me pay some bills. Keep the family alive, right? Like, that's always a good thing. But no, in all seriousness, I really do appreciate you guys and everyone that just hangs out with me. Like I mentioned earlier, I am very blessed that I am in a position where people actually want to hang out and talk and, have these fun conversations, especially when the Lakers are winning. It's always better when the Lakers are winning, right? Nothing worse when the Lakers are like on a 6-game losing streak and we're like, well, at least it's upbeat, it's exciting. But again, I appreciate you all. Thank you so very much. And we got game Thursday? Is it Thursday? When's the next game? We play Orlando on Thursday, right? 21st. Yeah. Orlando on the 21st. So I will see you guys then. You guys are beautiful. And I will see you all in the next one.